What is up, all you shiny demons out there in the YouTube world? This is Lethal Riding Company, sitting here with Becky. Say hi, Beck. And it is official demon time here at Lethal Riding Company headquarters. And I'm here today to show you my favorite electric wheel. Actually, I don't want to say it's my favorite electric wheel, but it is my first electric wheel, the Onewheel XR. As you can see here, I have one of my modded XRs, but today I have an almost fully stock XR to show you what you're gonna get pretty much right out of the box, how that thing handles on the streets, how it tears up the trails, and then we'll conclude with a little wrap up on why you should get this thing. Now, we are here in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, the hottest place on earth at Lethal Riding Company headquarters. Now let's take a look at the Onewheels I got, and then let's take these things out for a spin. Now real quick, if you are a lover of electric vehicles of any type, EUC, scooter, Onewheel, I dare you to go bonk that like button, and I better see full send over to that subscribe button. All right, let's get it. What is up, all my shiny demons? It is official demon hour out here in the hottest place on earth, Tempe, Arizona. And I know what you're thinking. If Tempe, Arizona is the hottest place on earth, why am I wearing this cool windbreaker? Well, contrary to popular belief, aside from Arizona being a unforgiving, barren, scorching desert, in the winter it is a barren, unforgiving, cold Death Valley. But anyway, I am here in this beautiful oasis, Tempe Town Lake, in Tempe, Arizona. Let's just take a look at the view. Wow, amazing. I chose this place to make this video because it's one of my favorite places here to ride. It has so many different options as far as terrain. There's smooth pavement for any level of rider, and there's portions that are akin to trails. I wouldn't say it's a, full send type trail, but they are trail-like portions. Anyway, I'm here today to talk about the Onewheel XR. So, real quick, let me stop. We're gonna take a quick look at this thing, go over a few of some of the specs. Now, first of all, I wanna thank one of my good friends and one of my favorite shiny demons, Lance. He happens to be one of my previous coworkers. I got him into Onewheel. This happens to be his Onewheel. Now, I asked him to borrow this Onewheel, aside from the Onewheels you've seen in the beginning of this video, because I wanted to show you guys pretty much an all-stock Onewheel. Now, aside from these fangs up here, which are these little wheels, I'm not going to talk about them much now. I might make a video about them later. Aside from there being these rail guards on the side which protect your wheel, this is a pretty much stock Onewheel. Comes with these wooden back and front foot plates. It comes with a slick tire. This is the stock tire, which is a Vega tire. A lot of people hate on this thing, but I actually think it's a pretty decent tire, especially if you're learning. Now, let's get on this thing and ride a little bit. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the specs. All right, let's go over some of the specs of the Onewheel XR. Now, I know you shiny demons out there are wondering, how fast does this thing go? Well, Future Motion, the maker of the Onewheel, suggests you take this thing, depending on your skill level, between 15 and 17 miles an hour. And I would heed that warning. Now, I've ridden with some absolute savages and have become a beast myself. I've seen them take this thing 20 miles plus. Now, I've seen some pretty gnarly crashes, and I've been in some pretty gnarly crashes. I've taken my wheel about 23 miles an hour, but again, do as I say, not as I do. Now, the Onewheel, at least when you first start, it's not about speed. It's about carving and feeling the terrain below you. It's an absolute wonder. They call it floating. Now, when it comes to speed, when you get this thing up to speed, or you're taking it too fast and you're overpowering the motor, you'll feel what's called pushback. Now, pushback will make the nose, the front of the Onewheel, tilt up, letting you know, hey, ease back. Because if you don't, then it's nosedive city, baby. Now, what is a nosedive? Nosedive is when your wheel cuts out, your nose goes straight down into the ground, and your wheel stops, but believe me, you keep going. Now, I hate bringing up nosedives and whatnot because I don't want to scare anybody about the Onewheel. The Onewheel is not something to be scared of. It's just something to respect. Now, if you respect the wheel and respect its warnings, you'll be good to go. All right, so how far will the Onewheel XR take a shiny demon? Now, the range on this thing is between 15 and 20 miles, which means that this battery, the stock battery on a Onewheel XR, depending on your weight, your riding style, and the terrain, will take you between 15 to 20 miles before you need to charge the battery again. Now, I'm riding very beautiful, smooth pavement here, which on the stock Vega tire that comes with the Onewheel XR, I guarantee you at least 17 miles depending on your weight. I weigh about 160, and on the pavement, I wouldn't consider my riding style too aggressive, although if you take it, a little bit faster than normal, then I would say you would, guarantee 15 miles depending on your weight. Now, you definitely don't want this thing to die on you, because if you have to carry this thing, it's heavy. Now, let's talk a little bit about batteries. I've already mentioned that this battery will take you 15 to 20 miles, and with older Onewheels, they have different hardware versions, and you can actually upgrade the battery and put a different battery in. Now, that will void your 1-year warranty, but we're talking about older boards which are most likely out of the warranty at this point, and if you can get some extended range, it's awesome. I'm going to make a video about this in the future, but just to go over batteries, there's many different options and whatnot if you're able to upgrade, but the stock Onewheel will get you that 15 to 20 miles depending on your weight and your terrain that you're riding. Okay, so while we're out here enjoying this beautiful, beautiful view, I want to go over one of my favorite things about the Onewheel: the community. Now, the Onewheel can be something that you do alone, but you will have the most fun getting together with your community and riding with friends. Now, I implore you to get on social media, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, whoever or whatever social media platform hosts your local riding group, get together with your community. And I want to take a second to shout out my OWAZ fam, Onewheel AZ. That's the group that I found on Facebook when I first started riding Onewheel. They welcomed me with open arms, and I've met some of the shiniest demons through that group in my community. Some of the best and coolest riders I met through that group. When you're riding with your friends, you learn new things about the Onewheel. You learn new things about trails you've never ridden, areas you've never ridden. You know how to push the board because you can see a more skilled rider push the board further than you have and know the limits that you can take it. So if there's anything that you take away from this video, get with your community. You will find people on there who can help you repair your Onewheel. They will teach you things about the Onewheel, and I guarantee you, I've heard of some toxic groups and whatnot, but I can at least vouch. My group here in Arizona, I absolutely love you guys. I love everybody that I've met in the group, and I implore you to get on social media and get with your local riding community. If you don't have a local riding community, start one. So again, huge shout out to the OWAZ fam and any riding community out there, anybody taking the time to build a community and show people that this is an absolute fun and safe thing to do as long as you respect the wheel. With that being said, let's ride a little bit more around here, enjoy some of the scenery before we get to some trails. Hit this little grass hill. Grass is a lot of fun to ride when you've gotten a little bit more skill, but grass is always a death trap because there could be holes that'll, you'll fall into that hole and you will definitely get a little nosedive action and go flying. All right, my shiny demons. It is officially demon hour, and welcome to Papago Park in Tempe, Arizona. Papago Park is a hiking and bike riding trail, and we've done enough street riding. It's time to show you how much of a beast the Onewheel XR really is. on the trails. Now, street riding is one thing, but the Onewheel is a whole different beast on the trails, and you will have the time of your life once you get out onto the trails. Now, we are riding the stock Onewheel XR, which is an absolute beast. It does have the stock Vega tire, which you can change a Onewheel's tire to a shredded tire, which will help you handle the terrain of the trails a little bit better. But for now, I just want to show you that the stock Onewheel and the big fat boy Vega, which a lot of people hate on, is more than capable until you decide what type of tire you want on your wheel. So it is officially demon time, baby. Let's get some of these trails. Now, when I first started riding Onewheel, I didn't ride trails for a while because trails are a bit difficult. You're gonna have to be a lot more aware on the trails, and it's a lot more technical. A lot more hills, a lot more potholes, a lot more chances to potentially fall. Now, Papago is one of my favorite areas to ride this trail terrain because of how smooth it is and how many different hills and berms there are. Gonna hit a nice hill right here. We can see that the Vega tire is handling the trail terrain just fine. It is a slick tire, so leaning into turns and whatnot is a little bit more dangerous. You don't get as much grip as a treaded tire. But the nice thickness, the 6-inch, I think it's the 6.6 or 6.5-inch tire, makes it an absolute beast on the trails. Excuse me. Thank you. Now, let's touch on a subject again. Out on trails, you are definitely going to find people who are hiking and biking. And again, it is demon hour, but we are about respect when we're on the trails or anytime we're out riding. So yield to other riders, keep an eye out for other riders, and respect the trail. Now, there are far more technical and crazy trails than Papago. I figured I would just keep it a little bit easier so that I could talk to you guys without a shaky voice. Big hill here, let's get it. All right, going uphill. Easy, easy. All right, my shiny demons. I made a bit of a rookie mistake. Remember earlier when we were talking about range? Well, this will give me the chance to go over that a little bit more in detail. You're probably wondering, why are you carrying that Onewheel? Or maybe you're not, because it died on me. Went nose up. I had it plugged in before this video and thought I was at full charge, but I was not. So let's talk about the Onewheel app real quick. You can download the Onewheel app and pair it to your device, and it'll tell you battery percentage and mileage and track your rides and all types of cool things like that. So yeah, should have opened my app before I left and double checked my battery, and I would have known. That way my wheel wouldn't have gone nose up right in the middle of this trail. So yeah, Papago is in fact a hiking trail, so we'll get a little hiking going. Before, I'll have to finish this video with my personal Onewheel. I wanted to do this video mostly about the stock Onewheel XR, and I feel like I've mostly gone over all the details about the stock Onewheel. I just wanted to do some trail riding so you can kind of get an idea of how this thing handles the trails, because it is an absolute beast. So I'm gonna go grab my Onewheel. We're gonna try this again. All right, my shiny demons. After my other Onewheel died in that hike, we are officially clocked back in on demon time. I notice you, or you may have noticed, I have a little bit of a change in attire, but after that hike, I worked up a little bit of a sweat and needed something a little bit more breezy. But I'd like to introduce you to my personal wheel. Yes, now I wanted to do this about the stock Onewheel, but since that one died on me, we're gonna have to finish the video with my Onewheel. You can see that there's a few different modifications on it. It has a treaded tire, and it also has a little fender with what's called a flight fin. I don't want to go too much into this now, but this is definitely a great precursor to let you know that I will be making videos in the future about all these accessories and all the Onewheel mods. But in the meantime, that hike got me a little frustrated, so let's let out some aggression and finish this trail ride. Come on. Ooh, excuse me. All right, so you noticed that the stock Onewheel had a slick tire on it, and this one has a treaded. Again, I'm not going to go much into detail about that, but we're just going to shred some trails. We're going to shred some trails and kind of show you what this thing is about, what it can do. Again, I am sorry that the stock Onewheel died on me. I wanted to finish the video showing you the trails on the Vega tire, but just know that it's more than capable. Now, Papago Park is an absolutely beautiful park. Has a lot of nice hills and berms, and has got some quite technical trails as well. Maybe we'll hit a few of those. But for now, we're just gonna enjoy the scenery, enjoy this weather. Now, I previously mentioned this is not the craziest trail by far. There are way more gnarly and technical trails that you can ride and find. Although Papago is one of my favorites, especially if you're a first-time trail rider and you want to get your bearings. It's a nice, smooth trail. I picked this trail because I'd be talking to you guys mostly while I did this and didn't want to sound like I was sitting on top of a washing machine. Woo. All right, nice little hill there. All right, guys, let's get into some real demon time. We're gonna get into some more technical stuff right now. I cannot promise you that this is going to end well, because I normally ride this trail on my EUC, but hey, let's see what happens. Nice little chunky rocks. All right, let's hit this baby right here. Demon time, baby, full send. Oh boy, yeah, climbing this hill. Easy, baby. A little technical. Now, as you can see, this terrain is a little bit more chunky. This is what I would consider technical. You're gonna wanna watch out for rocks. Your carving is gonna have to be a little bit more on point. Rock beds like this will send you flying. Tight turns, you gotta hit a little bit less aggressive. Here we've got some loose rock. No match for the Onewheel. Now that rock just almost sent me flying. Now you see, you're gonna wanna be careful. All right, get out of the way of the runner. Excuse me. All right. Now up here, the trail gets pretty crazy. I don't know that this particular part is going to be rideable on the Onewheel, but we're going to hit it anyway. As an experiment, we're going to push this thing to the limits a little bit, okay? Okay, so we are pretty much here. Trail marker 30 at Papago. Now again, this is very unforgiving terrain, but we're going to see what this baby can do. All right, we got a nice little technical hill here. Very bumpy. Okay, some big rocks sticking out. Again, you can bonk the rocks, but you may want to avoid. Here we go again, let's get some speed. Let's go demon time, baby. Excuse us. All right. I absolutely love shredding the trails. This is where I get the most sense of accomplishment. This is where I really learn the actual power of the Onewheel. Again, rock beds, oh, nice little bumpy. Love it. Again, you're going to want to respect the board. Learn the limits of the board. Learn how far it can take you. Oh, now this looks beautiful here. All right, I should get it. Oh, that was all rock. Right up. Easy. So, once again, the sun is setting on this beautiful, beautiful desert wasteland we call Arizona. I know I call it a wasteland and whatnot, but I absolutely love it here. There are some of the most awesome trails, some of the most awesome riders. Let's enjoy a little bit more of this technical downhill right here. Oh, nice little wet marshland area. Oh boy. Woo, let's get it. All right, guys, well, I had an absolute blast. I think I'm gonna end the trail footage here, but we're gonna go into a small little wrap up before we leave, all right? All right, my shiny, shiny demons. I wanna thank you all for staying tuned this long. We are back here at Lethal Riding Company headquarters, and it is almost time to clock out on demon time. But before we go, I hope that you liked my video about the Onewheel XR, and I hope that I've proven to you that this thing is an absolutely versatile machine that will do more than just shred up the streets and take you to work. It will absolutely annihilate the trails and take you to infinity and beyond. Now, real quick, I want to give a shout out to one of my shiniest demons and one of my best friends, Lance. This is actually his board, and he let me borrow this board so I would be able to show you what a stock Onewheel looks like. And Lance, if you're watching this, we are going out to get you a shredded tire very soon, and we're going to hit some trails. Aside from that, this is one of my first of many videos about electric wheels. I'll have videos about EUC, electric scooters, and nearly any type of electric wheel coming up very soon. Again, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and if you like this type of content, I dare you to go bonk that like button, and I want to see full send over to the subscribe button. Let's get it.